about over a year ago, we decided to theme our 10th annual Indie Grits Film Festival about the river. We didn't exactly have a name for it yet, but we knew it would be about the river because our goal was to celebrate Columbia's marquee feature, which is its river system, and we really wanted to highlight that. We were going to have film screenings and concerts and just all kinds of stuff all along the river on both sides, and we were laying that groundwork and the funding and everything. And then in October, the flood hit, and of course that scrambled a lot of those plans because lots of stuff was destroyed or damaged, and nobody would know or tell us when it would open back up. So we also knew that we couldn't just make a celebratory river festival after that. So we immediately got together and invited a group of filmmakers and artists and musicians and different types of people into a group, and we called it the Waterlines Group, and we decided to theme the festival Waterlines. And we had our first meeting at the end of October, just 3 weeks after the flood, and we started meeting with that group on a regular basis and just talk about the flood and look at the flood and start to collect stories and look at social media, and we just made all these different things, and we had all these great conversations, and from those conversations people started to develop their projects, and it was all about using or finding a way for art and the creative process to kind of digest and tell stories about the flood and find new ways of looking at the flood and experiencing what Columbia went through and is going through.
Back in October, my friends were hanging out, and it was the night of the flood, so two of my friends woke up in a cabin that was flooding, and me and one of the dude's brothers, we went over there and we all collaborated to get out of that situation. And then we stayed up all morning just talking about it, sort of convincing ourselves that this crazy event had actually happened. And from there, I'd been documenting, things that I just thought of, whether it's like a sentence or a word or a fragment of something, and hoarding images and documenting dreams, and kind of wrapping all that up into a short but intense experience that's coupled with a soundscape.
Water doesn't lie. Water doesn't lie. Water lays there.
Immediately on my heart, it was an opportunity to create a film around movement, around the various modes of movement that the water took leading up to the floods and during the floods. I felt it was a way to kind of look at the mourning of nature after the massacre of the Charleston Nine. And so we connected these events as kind of a way of nature mourning a travesty. I connected with a choreographer, Kwame Azaleas Ross, and a composer, Venetia Nahai, and we sat down and created a story through movement and song and visuals. When people watch Breakthrough, what I want them to feel is a sense of healing. I want them to feel washed over. I want them to mourn with us, but also to experience kind of the freedom of knowing that though people are lost, they never leave us.
That experience hits on so many different emotions, and that's the goal, is to kind of break people down and get them to see these things and then find a space to talk about it afterwards.